Cricket did not begin in a grand stadium. It did not start with famous players or big television deals. Its story starts much more simply in the green fields of southeast England. Imagine the 16th century. Life was very different then. In small villages, children were looking for something to do. They found a patch of grass, perhaps where sheep grazed. They used a matted lump of wool as a ball. A simple stick, maybe a shaped branch from a tree, became their bat. A tree stump or a small gate could be the wicket. This was how cricket was born. It was a simple pastime, a way for children to spend a sunny afternoon. The game slowly started to change. It was no longer just for children. Adults in these rural communities began to play too. A farmer might play against a blacksmith after a long day's work. It became a social event, a way for the village to come together. The game was still very basic. There were no written rules. Players just agreed on how to play before they started. Its name, cricket, likely comes from the Old English word critche, which meant a crutch or staff. This referred to the early curved bats they used. It was a game of the people, growing naturally from the soil of England. Over time, the game became more organized. Instead of just a casual hit-around, villagers started playing matches against each other. This brought a new level of excitement. Imagine the pride of a village when its team won. The sport started to attract an audience. People would gather to watch, cheering for their local players. This was a significant step. Cricket was moving from a simple pastime to a real sport. It was becoming a part of the local culture and identity. The sounds of leather hitting willow, as the saying goes, was starting to echo beyond a single field. It was the beginning of a long and fascinating journey. As the 17th century progressed, the sport's popularity grew even more. It started to attract the attention of the English gentry, the wealthy landowners. They saw the passion in the game and the skill of the players. And they began to sponsor their own teams, sometimes placing large bets on the outcome of matches. This brought money into the game for the first time. It also meant that players from different social classes were playing together. A nobleman might hire a talented farmhand to play for his team. Cricket was becoming a bridge between the rich and the poor, a rare thing in a society with strict class divisions. This unique mix would become a defining feature of the sport. For cricket to grow into a serious sport, it needed one important thing: rules. In the early days, rules were often decided just before a match. This caused many arguments. What was considered a fair delivery? How big should the wicket be? To solve this, the first known articles of agreement were written in 1727, but the most important step came in 1744. This was when the first universal laws of cricket were written down. This was a huge moment. It meant that a team from Kent could play a team from Surrey and both would be playing the exact same game. It provided a common language for all cricketers. The formalisation of the game continued to evolve. This led to the creation of one of cricket's most famous institutions, the Marylebone Cricket Club, or the MCC. Founded in 1787, the MCC quickly became the guardian of the sport. It was not a government body, but a private club. Yet its influence was immense. The club established its own ground in London, which would become the legendary Lord's Cricket Ground. The MCC took responsibility for the laws of cricket, revising and updating them. Even today, though, the International Cricket Council governs the game globally, the MCC still owns the copyright to the laws. Its role in shaping cricket cannot be overstated. Lord's Cricket Ground became known as the home of cricket. It was more than just a place to play. It was a symbol of the sport's tradition and its core values. The MCC promoted the idea of playing the game in the right spirit. This meant playing hard but fair, respecting your opponent, and accepting the umpire's decision without argument. This is where the phrase "it's not cricket" comes from, meaning something is not fair or honourable. The MCC helped establish cricket as a gentleman's game, a sport that was as much about character as it was about skill. This ideal has remained a central part of cricket's identity. The influence of the MCC helped cricket to flourish throughout England. The club organised major matches, attracting the best players and the biggest crowds. It established a standard of play and etiquette that others followed. As the game became more organised and respected, its popularity soared. It was played in schools and universities, producing the next generation of talented players. The structure provided by the MCC and its laws gave cricket the strong foundation it needed. This foundation would soon allow the sport to travel far beyond the shores of England and begin its journey to becoming a global phenomenon. How did a game from English villages spread all over the world? The answer lies with the British Empire. As Britain expanded its influence across the globe in the 18th and 19th centuries, it took its culture with it. Soldiers, sailors, administrators and merchants travelled to places like the West Indies, India, Australia and South Africa. And wherever they went, they took cricket. They played it to remind themselves of home. They set up pitches in dusty colonial outposts and on the vast plains of new territories. Cricket became a symbol of British life in faraway lands. Initially, the local populations in these colonies were just spectators. They watched the British play this strange game with a bat and ball. But soon, they started to play it themselves. In the West Indies, cricket was first played on sugar plantations. In India, the Parsi community in Bombay were among the first to adopt the game enthusiastically. The British often encouraged this. They saw it as a way to teach civilized values to the people they ruled. They believed the sport's principles of fair play and discipline would be good for them. Cricket became a tool of cultural influence, spreading through the empire's vast network. The game took on a unique character in each new country. It was no longer just an English game. In the West Indies, cricket became a vibrant and expressive art form, full of flair and passion. It was a way for the people to challenge their colonial rulers on a level playing field. In India, the sport became a national obsession, a religion that united a diverse and complex country. Each nation added its own flavour to the game. The fast, aggressive bowling of the West Indians, the skillful, wristy batting of the Indians and Pakistanis, these were new styles that enriched the sport. Cricket was becoming a global family with many different personalities. This spread laid the groundwork for international competition. As skills developed in the colonies, teams started to play against each other. An Australian team of Aboriginal cricketers famously toured England in 1868, capturing the public's imagination. These early tours were long and difficult, often involving months of travel by sea. But they were incredibly important. They showed that the game was not just Britain's property anymore. It belonged to the world. The seeds planted by the British Empire had grown into strong, independent cricketing nations, each ready to make its own mark on the sport's history. The growth of cricket in the colonies naturally led to a desire for a higher level of competition. Teams from Australia and England had already toured each other's countries, but there was not yet an official international match. That all changed in March 1877. An English team was touring Australia. A match was arranged in Melbourne between a combined Australian 11 and the English team. No one knew it at the time, but this would become the first ever Test match. The name Test came later, suggesting it was the ultimate test of a team's skill and stamina. It was a contest between the best players of two nations. That first Test match was a historic event. It was played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which would become one of the world's most iconic stadiums. The match was not timed and it was played to a finish. Australia batted first and a player named Charles Bannerman scored 165, the first ever Test century. It was a remarkable innings. In a thrilling contest, Australia went on to win the match by 45 runs. It was a huge moment for Australian cricket. It proved they could compete with and beat their English mentors. A new and powerful rivalry was born. The concept of international cricket had arrived. This rivalry was famously cemented a few years later, in 1882. Australia was playing England at the Oval in London. In an incredibly tense, low-scoring match, Australia won by just 7 runs. The English public was shocked. A sporting newspaper, the Sporting Times, printed a mock obituary. It said that English cricket had died, and the body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia. When the English team next toured Australia, their captain promised to regain those ashes. A small terracotta urn, said to contain the ashes of a burnt cricket bale, was presented to the English captain. This urn became the symbol of the Ashes, the most famous and enduring rivalry in cricket. The birth of Test cricket established the sport's premier format. A Test match is played over 5 days. It is a true examination of a team's ability, endurance and mental strength. The game ebbs and flows, with moments of high drama and periods of quiet strategy. It requires batsmen to build long innings and bowlers to work tirelessly to take wickets. For purists of the game, Test cricket remains the pinnacle. It is the format that has created the sport's greatest legends and its most unforgettable stories. The first match in 1877 opened the door to a new era of international sport, setting the stage for over a century of epic contests. For nearly a century, Test cricket was the only form of the international game. It was a long, strategic contest loved by traditionalists. But the world was changing. People's lives were becoming faster. They wanted a version of cricket that could be finished in a single day. The solution arrived almost by accident. In 1971, a Test match between Australia and England in Melbourne was washed out by rain. To give the crowd something to see, the teams agreed to play a limited overs match on the final day. Each team would face 48 ball overs. This was the first ever one-day international, or ODI. It was a massive success. The ODI format was exciting and produced a definite result in one day. Each team has 50 overs to score as many runs as possible. This creates a different kind of pressure. Batsmen have to score more quickly, leading to more aggressive shots. Bowlers have to be clever, trying to stop the flow of runs. The game has a clear narrative. One team sets a target and the other team chases it. This simple, dramatic structure appealed to a much wider audience. Broadcasters loved it because it fit neatly into a day's television schedule. The ODI format led to the creation of the Cricket World Cup in 1975, which took the sport's popularity to a whole new level. Just as the world seemed to have settled on 2 formats, cricket reinvented itself again. At the turn of the 21st century, there was a feeling that the game needed to be even faster and more explosive to attract a younger generation. The answer was T20 or T20. First introduced in England in 2003, T20 is cricket in its most condensed form. Each team bats for just 20 overs. The game is over in about 3 hours, similar to a baseball game or a football match. It is all about big hits, high scores, and non-stop action. Traditionalists were skeptical at first, but the public loved it. T20 cricket is a spectacle. It is often played under floodlights with loud music and cheering crowds. It encourages innovative and powerful batting, with players hitting sixes more frequently than ever before. Bowlers have to develop new skills, like slower ball bounces and wide yorkers, to survive the onslaught. The format has brought a new athletic energy to the sport. Test cricket is the strategic masterpiece, the novel. The ODI is the engaging day-long drama, the feature film. T20 is the action-packed blockbuster. Together, these 3 formats ensure that cricket has something to offer every type of fan, securing its place in the modern sporting world. Cricket's story is not just about rules and formats. It is about the extraordinary players who have graced the field. Every era has its heroes, players who changed the way the game was played. In the early 20th century, Australia's Sir Donald Bradman set a standard that may never be matched. His Test batting average of 99.94 is a famous statistic in all of sport. He was a run-scoring machine who dominated bowling attacks and gave hope to his country during the Great Depression. He was more than a cricketer, he was a national icon. His incredible consistency made him the benchmark against whom all future great batsmen would be measured. The game has also seen periods where one nation dominated completely. For a long time, England and Australia were the two major powers. But in the 1970s and 1980s, a new force emerged from the Caribbean, the West Indies. Led by Clive Lloyd, this team was unstoppable. They had a battery of terrifyingly fast bowlers like Michael Holding, Andy Roberts and Joel Garner. And they had batsmen with incredible power and style, none more so than the legendary Sir Vivian Richards. He would walk to the crease chewing gum and dominate bowlers with an intimidating swagger. For nearly 2 decades, the West Indies ruled world cricket, a symbol of black excellence and pride. After the West Indian dynasty, different nations have had their moments at the top. Australia, under captains like Steve Waugh and Ricky Ponting, built another incredible team in the late 1990s and 2000s. They had the genius spin bowler Shane Warne, who could make the ball do magical things, and the relentless fast bowler Glenn McGrath. India's rise was powered by a generation of legendary batsmen like Sachin Tendulkar, who carried the hopes of 1 billion people for over 2 decades. Pakistan produced incredible fast bowlers like Wasim Akram, who could swing the ball both ways, while Sri Lanka stunned the world with their aggressive approach to win the 1996 World Cup. These players did more than just win matches, they inspired millions. Players like South Africa's Jacques Kallis, perhaps the greatest all-rounder the game has ever seen, showed incredible skill in both batting and bowling. New Zealand has consistently produced great players and leaders like Sir Richard Hadlee and Kane Williamson, who play with skill and admirable sportsmanship. Each legend and each great team adds a new chapter to cricket's rich history. They create the moments that fans remember forever: a perfect cover drive, an unplayable delivery, a match-winning century. These are the players who have made cricket the compelling human drama that it is. The invention of T20 cricket led to another revolution, the rise of domestic T20 leagues. The most powerful of these is the Indian Premier League, or IPL, which began in 2008. The IPL changed the economics and culture of cricket forever. It is a franchise-based league where city teams bid for the best players from all over the world in a massive auction. A player from Australia might play on the same team as a player from India and South Africa, all wearing the jersey of a city like Mumbai or Chennai. This broke down national barriers and created new loyalties. The IPL combines cricket with entertainment, glamour, and huge amounts of money. The IPL model was so successful that other countries followed. Australia created the Big Bash League, known for its family-friendly atmosphere and exciting matches. The Caribbean Premier League is called the biggest party in sport, full of music and vibrant crowds. There are similar leagues in Pakistan, Bangladesh, and beyond. These leagues have made cricket a year-round sport. They give more players a chance to earn a good living from the game. They also serve as talent factories, where young, unknown players can become stars overnight by performing on a big stage alongside international legends. This has made the global talent pool deeper than ever. Cricket's global fandom is now massive. Billions of people follow the sport. Matches are broadcast to almost every corner of the globe. The excitement inside a cricket stadium is electric. Imagine Eden Gardens in Kolkata, India, with 60,000 passionate fans roaring for every run. Or a packed Lords during an Ashes test, where the crowd lives and breathes every ball. This passion is not just in the stadiums. Fans gather in homes, in public squares, and in clubs to watch their teams play. The internet and social media have brought fans even closer to the game, allowing them to discuss every detail and interact with their heroes. Cricket is a constant global conversation. Today, on February 14, 2026, cricket stands as a sport that beautifully blends tradition with innovation. It has the history of Test cricket and the modern energy of T20. It is a sport that can unite a diverse nation like India and create fierce but respectful rivalries between countries. From its humble start in an English field, it has grown into a global phenomenon loved for its complexity, its drama, and its ability to bring people together. It is a game that is constantly evolving, yet it holds on to the spirit of fair play that was established centuries ago. That is why cricket is more than just a game. It is a shared passion for billions around the world.